time is it?
5:05. My clock says 5:05.
Hello, occasional adult.
Oh,
Sorry.
How was your fun in the Sunday?
Good.
Whatever.
It was fun.
Was it fun in
In
the
the
sun?
sun?
Was it fun?
Yeah.
And in the sun?
Yes. Both of those things.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hot. It was actually really cool. I don't know if you saw the pictures,
Not yet.
but we went down to the end. I don't know, whatever that beach is called there, all the way down to the
Oh,
right.
Amy.
son of a biscuit. Book reader. Oh, man.
Versus Rock.
Which beach? Like
Burgers
Sandy
Gone.
Beach?
No, at the preserve.
Oh, okay, cool.
But there was a bunch of bluegill like spawning, so they had all like their little nests and stuff. It was really cool to watch.
Oh, cool.
And we just sat there, and I was just
You
like
need somebody taller.
floating above them in the kayak, just watching them. It's really cool.
After this display.
Kids had fun too. I think.
Halsey, you take yours. Okay, what else does she have done? That's it, I want to teach you how to do that, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Come on.
She had to call me. I was like, oh yeah, right there. And gotta work a block away.
I mean, you'll kind of live just a few blocks away anyway, too.
I know.
Welcome to Parker.
No running away.
All right, so we'll call the meeting to order at 5:06. If everybody can silence their electronic devices and stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was gonna say, you should get a cold water, stick it on your phone.
Okay.
You got a little gash there.
Roll call of the committee.
Chairman Gilbert,
Here.
Vice Chairman Hartless,
Here.
Member Mealy,
Here.
Member Bailey, absent, Member Com,
Here.
Member Penn, absent, Member Gonzalez.
Here. Okay, no call to the public today. So moving on to reports and updates, librarians report.
Alrighty. Perfect. So here's the report for May, and then we'll talk a little bit about summer reading at the end of it, just to flow into it. There's some circulation statistics. Again, Libby is just trending upward. Our canopy views have gone up in the last month or two, so that's exciting. We're about to hit our first renewal with them, so in July or September, we should have some numbers. Well, in September, we'll have some numbers to reflect from year to year. And then we're looking at different options as to what plans we want to use moving forward based off of the usage from this year. So we'll hear more about that in a day or in probably next month. Yeah. For more library statistics, we had 36 new patrons this month. The dark blue again is this year, light blue is last year. Computer usage is up, the study room is down a little bit, but new materials being added is huge considering that we're pretty much on a freeze. We haven't been purchasing any in-house, so a lot of those, or the majority, if not all of that, new materials have been donated. So that's pretty exciting that we had 113 new materials brought in. And then references have gone up as well. And like I said, we're getting a lot of phone calls for questions, and I think we weren't really tracking that before. We were just doing in-house, so I think that's reflected there from year to year. Revenue, it shot up really high in March. The dark blue line is this year, light blue line is last year. And then it's just kind of trending the same as it has in years past, which is trickles down once our winter visitors leave. And then it picks back up once the school year rolls around and we have those after school kiddos. We still haven't had our new fee schedule approved, so we'll start selling snacks again, and then we'll see that trend back upward, as well as hopefully being able to sell some library merch. We have different shirts and stickers and things that we would like to provide for our patrons. So again, I hope to see that trend upwards, and I think we should be able to do that starting in the end of July, early August
You said dark blue is this year or last year?
this year.
Okay,
Oh,
your
wait, no, sorry,
legend is
last
wrong.
year.
Okay, I was
Sorry.
like, then your
I read it wrong,
Okay.
but yeah. Yep. Oh, it did not transfer over well from my original version. Yep, sorry about that. So there's our numbers for May programming. Again, we slowed down programming in May to ramp up for summer, so our numbers are a little bit lower. I was really excited that we had 16 people show up for Music and Movement Monday one day. And then it was unfortunate because that was our last one of the season. So I'm hoping to get those families in for our pre-K play days. We didn't really have much programming for teens. It's okay. So we're excited for our teen programming to hit in July. In May, we went to the junior high twice. We did AWC outreach once and visited the high school once as well. We held story time at ELA, which is the Early Learning Academy, and plan to attend story times at both ELA and the Tiny Cactus Daycare the second Tuesday of the month. So I'll be there tomorrow doing story time at both of those daycares. And we'll be able to do that moving forward. Those are our book club books for the month. And then Chips and Salsa, like usual, will be decided tonight after the meeting. So our
Those are the books for June.
oh yes, for June. I didn't change that word.
No, well, the chips and salsa book is for
It's
May.
still May, and then the
The
one
Wild
for June,
Dock Shore, we
we're still
we're
moving
using
forward.
it again because
Yes.
there was only 2 of us at book club and we didn't read it. So we were like, we'll just do it again for June.
Yeah.
But the All Boys Aren't Blue is June,
Yes.
and it's very good.
Yeah, and then Wild Dark Shore, since we're moving it forward, will be June as well. So I apologize for that typo. So moving into summer reading statistics a little bit, those are our numbers so far for Beanstack. And since we used Beanstack for the first time last year, we did have numbers to compare it to. So our 0 to 5 participants are down by 1 person, which a lot of those kids have transitioned into kindergarten at this point. And you can see that reflected in the numbers in the K to 2nd participants. And then our 3rd to 5th grade participants are already up. Our 6th to 12th grade participants are up significantly. And especially in our adult participants, we have a lot more of a younger adult crowd participating this year. So we're excited to have those readers in. And they are reading, as you'll see on the next slide. So those are minutes read so far. For 0 to 5, it's down a little bit, but again, we're missing that 1 kiddo, so it's not by much. But K to 2nd, and this is just from the 2nd of this month to this morning. Those are what those numbers are. So the minutes read is up so much higher than it was last year already, and we're excited to see how that progresses over summer. And that's in total, not by so I know there's like one teen that's done almost 1,000 minutes already, which is pretty exciting. And then the adult one is just kind of crazy. So it's really cool to see how much is being read. And on our end, we can see what books are being read, what badges are being earned, and then prizes are already being given out as it is. So that's pretty fun to see. Moving into I still didn't change that. I am so sorry. It's changed on our actual calendar on the 19th. It should say Juneteenth. So we're closed for Juneteenth on the 19th. But we did have our festival already, and we had 50 people in attendance. We had our first pre-K play day and had a couple kids there. And then we had book clubs and had a couple people there for that as well. Summer's hit and miss for book clubs, honestly. A lot of our readers are winter visitors, so they leave us in the summer. So it's just trying to float through summer and see who wants to continue in book club. And so far we have a couple people interested. And then our K to 2nd camp is next week. We have a photography community program the following week, as well as another pre-K play day. And then our 3rd to 5th grade camp is the last full week of June, and then a chess club day. Moving into July, we're still working on our TBD camp. We have 2 summer workers with us this year, and we're hoping that they will plan and put on their own camp as part of their job experience in the library. So that's what we're working on currently. And then we have our high school camp. Our scrapbooking with grandparents is on the 1st, and then all of our regular programming, as well as an escape room, so you can sign up and come and do the Escape the Art Gallery with your family. And then we'll announce summer reading winners at the end of July. And we had a bunch of really cool prizes donated. I think that's the last slide. Yeah. And we're excited because I know that the PS5 that we ended up being able to purchase because of donations is why we have more older kid readers. The tablet that we got from the hospital is a big incentive for adults. We have the new Nintendo Switch up for grabs for the 3rd to 5th graders. A motorized bike from Anderson Power Sports for our K to 2nd grade winner, and then a really cool art bundle and book set for our 0 to 5 winner. And all of those things were donated or purchased with donations, so we're really grateful and blessed to have those really cool sponsorships.
Nice.
Any questions?
Are the camps that you have going on, are those full?
They are not full. We have a handful in each age group, so we're continually posting about it, but a lot of times we just have people that float in. We used to not do signups at all, so a lot of families are used to that. So I think that the day of we'll have more than what we have signed up.
Okay.
Nice. Any other questions?
Not really a question, maybe feedback or comment. For the summer camps, is there, okay, I guess this is a question. Is there any like kind of incentive towards the summer reading program that can be used or given to the people that come to the camp? So like for pre-K play, if they read a book, can the parents maybe scan the barcode to kind of count towards the minutes?
Yeah.
To kind of get them to at least, I don't know, maybe be a little bit more enticed to show up?
Yeah. We had considered doing for like the camps themselves. We wanted to do a raffle for the end of summer. We got an autographed postcard from Adam Sandler that we wanted to use to incentivize adults and teens. And then we had a couple different gift cards and things that were donated for the younger kids from like Cool Cravings and the salad place. We have a couple gas gift cards for older kids and or teens and adults as well. And then we were going to do that throughout our camps, but we did do giveaways for our pre-K play day, and we have been giving out books at every program as well.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Okay. Moving on to old business, discussion and possible action on the following items. Garden update.
It's getting hotter, so our tomatoes are trending out. Our herbs are still doing pretty strong, but as it gets hotter, it'll die out at this point. We are, and by we I mean Cassie is doing a great job tending to the garden. We still have our harvest every Tuesday. And yeah, we have some squash and some melon growing currently. So we're excited to see those go through summer and hopeful that the heat doesn't get to them.
Very good. Summer reading program.
I kind of went over that at the end of my report there. But do you guys have any ideas, thoughts, concerns about it?
I did see that I think the minutes for adults were increased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and increased them because I noticed that a lot of people were already almost at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to stop reading. I had to do it for the teen group as well. So I didn't want them to stop reading once they hit the end because we want to see who read the most over summer.
Sure.
So even if you don't finish the challenge, you're still getting rewarded throughout the summer. And then the person who reads the most is the one that will get that grand prize.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice that you already had to move it up.
Yes, it was. It was
That's
exciting because
great.
last year we were struggling to
think I
get
can.
readers at all. So
When did we, September? When did we start? This is
Beanstack?
Beanstack?
Beanstack we started last year. for summer reading. We did like one challenge before the school year ended to try and get people signed up. But getting buy-in for things, especially whenever you need technology for it, is really hard. We do have a couple adult readers who are reading, and they'll fill out book reports for us, and then our staff inputs it into the Beanstack system. So that way, even if you don't have the technology or the access to it, we can meet you somewhere in the middle.
Well, and didn't the Beanstack app change? They redid their format because at first it was really kind of difficult
Yes.
to even switch users and to figure out how to do everything.
Yeah.
And now it's much more user friendly.
So we met with them at the end of summer. All of the libraries did that were participating, because this is provided through the Arizona State Library. They pay for us to be able to use it. So we're really grateful for that because it condenses all of the information. At the end of the summer, we can just run a report instead of having to count and keep track of all of these paper logs like we did in the past. We don't have as many people reading, but a lot of those slips came from the books that we read at programs. So they weren't kids that were actually reading at home on their own time. They were kids that were being read to in the library. And we're still trying to find a way to merge the two, to where kids are getting points for whenever they're read to in the library without their parents having to track it. But that's something that we're trying to like get over. But one way that we could do that is if the parents pick them up, we could have the book out and have them scan the barcode at the end, so that they can track that reading that way.
Nice.
Yes. But we did start it last year, so we really only have numbers for this year and last year without pulling like the old reports for summer reading.
So we can see a little bit of comparison for
Mhm.
this summer.
Yes. And so far it's already trending upwards, which is exciting. People are,
They're catching on.
yes.
Taking
The
advantage.
kids who have started getting prizes are excited about that. So depending on the age group, every 45 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour or so of reading that's done, they can come into the library and show us, or we can pull up their account and see what rewards they have, and then we can redeem them online, and they can get their prizes. So there's like the,
We're gonna go in
prize
tomorrow.
box.
We have like 5.
yeah, bring them in.
I know. Well, we haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't been home, so.
We were given state park passes from our local state, or not our local, but Arizona State Parks, as well as through the state library. So those are on there as rewards. Once you hit a certain point, there's stickers, pencils, all sorts of things. A crisp high five from the librarian of your choice. Some non-monetary things on there as well. Which that one I feel like has been the favorite amongst the adults. They come in like amped and they know who they want to ask, so that's been pretty fun.
Cute.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. And then everybody feels bad because it's not them. Yeah, it makes it more exciting
It's
for
like
us,
a
I guess.
competition
Yeah,
amongst the
it's like how-
library staff
Which
too.
of us can get the most high fives at this point? Yeah. And
You're gonna show me how to use this app because you said it's user friendly, but I could not figure it out.
yeah, I can help you.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do it and I was like, this is way too complicated for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept calling it Beanstalk. And she was like, it's Beanstack.
I only do minutes because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to do like how many pages and what.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, because I
like,
read on Libby,
no.
so the pages isn't equivalent
Oh,
to the.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
so.
No, I just do
So-
minutes.
For summer reading, all of it is done by minutes.
Okay.
We switched it from books or pages. I think it was minutes last year, but I don't remember.
last year.
Okay, good. But yeah, we're doing everything by minutes. I think that it like equals the playing field a little bit. So
Yeah.
you have people who are faster readers, so they can zoom through more books, zoom through more pages, but they're not spending as much time reading, whereas people who aren't as good readers will spend more time trying to get through these books. So we're just incentivizing reading as a whole, not finishing books.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you count audiobooks?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You can do
Yeah.
the time that you spent listening to it. Because we count, so I always tell parents who are doing the 0 to 5 program to make sure that whenever they're reading to their kids, they count it for themselves and for their kids. Because they're reading, and they're reading to somebody. And a lot of times they're explaining what's going on, so they're even going over comprehension and stuff. So that can count for yourself as well as your child. So if you have dogs at home too, you could read
I was
to
just
them.
about to say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Can I read to my dog?
You totally can.
Perfect. All right, any other questions on the summer reading program? Moving on to Read Better, Be Better program update.
We are still waiting for our legal counsel to approve the MOU, and then we'll move forward from there. Right now, we're working through logistic issues that we're facing, which is space, and we have big programming that we do every year, like the 9/11 exhibit in September, as well as the Holocaust exhibit in January. So we have to try and figure out ahead of time where we want to move these kiddos and their tutors during that week, where it's not going to interfere with regular library things that are happening, as well as the special programs that we have going on. So we're running through a couple different ideas, playing around with the idea of using different spaces or places for that week. And we're hoping that we can come to a solution because we really want to get this program started and off the ground.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, any follow-up on Read Better, Be Better?
Just bring in the players.
Bring in players?
The
Okay.
kids that, so you don't have to mess with your exhibits, just bring them across the street.
Deal.
We'll just put them in the other room, close the thing, and then you can have your.
Okay, that might work.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
We had thrown around the idea of the community center or AWC, and I didn't even think about players. That'd be cool. It's just across the street.
It's right there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Nobody.
Perfect. All right, so new business discussion and possible action item, action on the following items. Approve or deny the meeting minutes for May 12th. So if you guys want to take a look at those, and then when you're ready, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from May.
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Any future topics?
What do you guys want to see? What do you want to know about? More
When do
summer
you-
reading stuff?
When are you gonna start fielding like the signups and stuff for the Read Better, Be Better, Be Better?
Once our MOU is approved,
Okay.
then we'll start rolling that out. We have a couple other things that we'd like to start for the upcoming school year with a partnership with a local business. But again, we're waiting for approval. So once those get approved, we can start rolling those out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just summer reading, probably. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want brought back to
So I
hear
think
about?
basically what we have on our current agenda looks pretty good to be brought back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see the garden one more time.
Maybe. They did go out to bid, or they did receive bids for the landscaping of the library. So the Xeriscape should be happening within the next few months. So that's exciting. We won't just have that dirt lot with weeds anymore.
Yay.
So that's something to look forward to. Sure. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'd like to adjourn the meeting, and then because it's not on our agenda, tell us about